Hey everyone, it's time again to recap the latest news in the solar PV industry, compiled by the American Solar Energy Society. I'm Jay Warmke with SolarPVTraining.com, and this is what's happening in the wonderful world of solar for the week of November 2nd. On October 30th, the Illinois State Legislature passed the Clean and Reliable Grid Affordability Act. The bill is currently on the governor's desk for signature. It aims to strengthen Illinois' energy grid and protect communities from rising electric costs. As energy-intensive data centers expand and capacity prices further spike, Illinois is expected to see significantly rising electricity bills for communities across the state. The act is designed to address these challenges by strengthening the state's commitment to expanding renewable energy, while at the same time keeping prices in check. OpenAI warned the White House last Monday that China's commitment to building new energy generation could give it an edge in the AI race. The company recommended that the U.S. build at least 100 gigawatts a year of new energy capacity. Last year, China added 429 gigawatts of new power capacity, more than one-third of the entire U.S. grid, and more than half of all the global electricity growth. By comparison, the U.S. added just 51 gigawatts of new generating capacity. In 2023, China accounted for 63% of global renewable energy expansion, according to the International Energy Agency, and it is expected to account for about 60% of global renewable energy expansion between now and 2030. As power demand soars, a new report finds that installing gas-fueled generating capacity is getting more expensive and taking longer than ever before. Years of low demand for gas turbines has resulted in a very limited manufacturing capacity for these units. The three major global manufacturers of new gas turbines, that's GE Vernova, Siemens Energy, and Mitsubishi Power, have all announced that orders placed today will not be delivered for 5 to 7 years. At the same time, projects slated for completion in 2030 or 2031 are now routinely finding price increases of as much as 75% for delivered turbines. A combination of industrial electrification, changing federal energy policies, replacement of aging existing gas turbines, and data center growth has resulted in a surge of demand by power generators seeking a limited supply of natural gas turbines. A recent poll by Sunrun, the nation's largest residential solar installer, finds that 81% of those surveys have experienced power outages within the past year, and 80% of U.S. homeowners worry data centers will drive up their electricity prices. The survey reports 68% of homeowners doubt that utilities can keep up with rising energy demand within their region. While homeowners expect things to get worse, they report the outages are already widespread. As we said, 81% have experienced at least one outage during the last year, 60% saw as many as 3 outages over the past year, and 71% expect that over the next year these outages will get worse. Only 11% felt very prepared to deal with a grid outage. Enphase added a new off-grid commissioning profile, enabling the system controller within their latest generation of products to operate without a utility connection, making it a true standalone system. A few dozen homes are already running fully off-grid with Enphase hardware, according to the company. The off-grid stack requires 3 things. They require the IQ Battery 5P with IQ8 series microinverters and a third-party standby AC generator. Together, these components form a microgrid that can power loads and recharge batteries while islanded, meaning off-grid, with software managing generator dispatch to avoid feeding back and damaging the generator, as well as wasting fuel. Historically, microinverters require a signal from the grid to operate. IQ8 microinverters are capable of forming a grid signal independent of the grid while sunlight is present. If a site blacks out because the battery is empty and the generator is without fuel. The IQ8s are also capable of reforming the microgrid when the sunlight is available and recharging the battery bank directly from the PV array. The IQ System Controller 3G connects together the solar array, a battery, and the backup generator. In combination, they can yield up to 46 kVA of off-grid power. For isolated sites, the IQ Combiner includes a cell modem so that the system can transmit data to the cloud even without a local broadband connection. And that's the news from the solar industry for this week. We'll see you next week.